Preview.
Hello, today you are going to be learning how to write cursive.
Preview. 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 Preview.
So, lesson 1 on A, B, C, and D. First, we're going to be starting with A. So, as you can see, the capital A in cursive form is the same as the lowercase letter of A, linked together with the loops. We've got B, same for the capital B. C is also the same for cursive or normal handwriting. Connect it with loops when you write C's in cursive, and D very similar, just a bit more artistic. The capital D won't connect with other letters though. So, lesson 2 on E, F, G. But the E is very similar, as you can see, well, for the undercase at least. The capital letter of E is basically constant loops. For F, it is a bit more weird, you might say. Again, much more artistic, more loops and curves. For G, both are quite similar. The capital G is larger in size, while the undercase G is not as large.
Preview.
So, lesson 3 on letters H, I, J, and K. Letter H. Well, first I wrote what the letter H would look like in normal handwriting. Now in cursive, then connecting both uppercase and lowercase cursive H's, again connected with loops and many curves. I. A simple tip when writing full cursive words: if you've got an I, finish writing that individual word before dotting the dot on the I, as you saw earlier. J, similar, you've got dots, which you do after writing that one full word, sorry. So see, dot dot dot, after I finished connecting the J's together. Then we've got K, quite curvy, you need practice on curves, connecting. Sorry, the paper was moving, so it's a bit messy, but anyways.
Preview.
So here's a quick recap on letters A to K, both uppercase and lowercase letters. A looks like lowercase, B same, C same, D just a bit more curves, artistic, E loops, F kind of strange, G with a loop at the bottom, H, I, J kind of looks like an I but with more of a loop at the bottom, K the same. A, B, C, D, you can see the curves are connecting constantly. And then I add the dot on the I and J after I finish writing the entire word, the entire connecting word. Moving on to lesson 4. We've got letters L, M, and OP. So L. Again, I'm writing what L would look like in normal handwriting, and then in cursive, and connecting them together so you can see how the loops work. Very simple, straightforward. Would be quite difficult to write at first to control the loops. Quite uneven. M, basically the same, but when you're writing M in a word, it connects with the previous letter and the next letter, like that. We've got N. That's just what N would look like in normal handwriting. In cursive, it looks slightly different, but same, connects. The capital N does not connect with any letters in cursive, at least in this type of cursive. O with sort of a loop on top makes it look like the theta sign, or theta sign, or theta sign, whatever you want to call it for maths. Loops. P, there are a few ways of writing it, but this is the most common way, looped. You could choose to do it the other way, but it doesn't really matter. Lesson 5. We've got letters Q, R, S, and T. So Q, almost the same, just a bit more loops, as you can see. Loops a bit more, connecting, hard to control if it's writing continuous Qs, but that won't happen in real life. R, almost the same, again with a bit more loops and curves, connecting. S, again more loops and what makes it prettier, I guess. Quite quick. T, quite similar, except for the capital letter. There's a few ways to write it actually, but this is the easier way. So another recap from the beginning of the alphabet, letter A to where we stopped just now, where we got to just now, T. Again, the capitals do not connect with each other. Quite difficult if you could do that. Might occur in in different types of cursive writing, but not in this one. This is the rather more simple one. N, O, P, Q, simple. R. As you can see, I am constantly adjusting my grip of the pen. It helps to control writing the letters more clearly and in the way you want it to look like. You can see connecting quite quick with writing, adding the dots on the I and J after I finished writing the whole collection of letters. We've got Q, R, S, T. I added the UV but didn't start learning that yet. You see that those are the two ways you can write the letter T. On to U to Z. U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. U, same, just a bit more loops, and the capital basically looks like the lowercase letter of U, but is larger in size. Connecting with curves, loops. V, same thing, just with a tiny tick of the end of V so you can connect the letters together. W, basically the same, with a tick at the end to connect the letters together. We got X. It's a bit more, well, it not might look as complex as it is, but it is quite complex. So in a word, you write half of the X, and then you add the lines after finishing writing the word. You'll see what I mean later. Y, more loops again. The uppercase is, it looks the same as the lowercase one, but it again is larger in size, taller. Z is very different. Again, loops at the bottom, and that is U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So, got a final recap, writing that in cursive as you can see, connecting everything together. Capital letters don't connect. B, C basically looks the same as regular handwriting. F and G quite different. Got H, I, J, again loops, K, M, N, O, P, quite straightforward. Q, same thing. R, a bit more curves. S, T, U, V, more loops for the S. Same for T, U, and V. W, X, Y, and Z, or Z. Recap of the lowercase letters of A to Z, connecting them. As you can see, I keep lifting my pen off the paper and adjusting my grip, and then adding the dot after I finish writing the connecting words. Of course, a word won't be that long unless you're talking about stuff like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or other words. So, realistically, or in real life, you won't have to adjust your grip as many times as I did just now. I don't know why this is here, but we've got another recap. S-T-U-V-W. See, I add the line on the T after I finish writing the connection of words, as well as the X. Some examples. I love apples. Again, connecting. I don't adjust my grip as much because the words are shorter. Again, loops and curves, that is very important for cursive. Loops, curves, loops. My friends are dope. It was just on my mind for some reason. Ignore the underlines. Well, that's it for now for our 13-minute crash course video. Hope you can check out my other videos on my website, and there are additional resources like tracing sheets and more detailed videos for each individual letter on my website. Peace out.